Hello, everybody, and welcome to HJ Goes Live. I'm Charlotte, HJ's editor, and today's session is called Colour Me Happy, and it's supported by Matrix. We're going to be chatting to Ria Kulik, Niall McNulty, and John Anthony to learn about transforming your clients' usuals into on-trend masterpieces using the permanent and pre-bonded So Colour shades from Matrix. Welcome, guys. It's so lovely to have you.
Hi, thanks for having us.
So would you mind by starting by doing a little quick introduction about yourself? Who wants to go first?
I will go first if you want.
Ladies first.
Hi everybody, I am Ria Kulik and I am a Matrix artist for the UK and Ireland. I'm actually based at the Hairbank in Manchester and I'm still a full-time stylist, but I do also do freelance work with the TV, with The Voice, and I do shoots, campaigns, and yeah, I was on the Fame team in 2017 with the fellowship. Oh, and I've just got through as well to Northwest Hairdresser of the Year for the final, which is exciting. Thank you.
John, do you want to go next?
Sorry. Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is John Anthony and I am a salon owner and stylist here in Blackpool, and I work with the Matrix Mastercraft Artistic Education team. So working on education and delivering creative colour education. That's what I specialise in, is creative correction and creative placement and formulas, etc. So yeah, I'm excited to be here and share everything with you.
And Niall.
Hi everyone, I'm Niall McNulty and I'm also part of the Mastercraft education team for Matrix. So I also work full-time in the salon as well. So behind the chair, looking after clients every day, which is my main job. And then also I have been lucky enough to be able to design a course for Matrix that I teach on behalf of the Mastercraft team, which is all about freehand, quick, simple, impactful techniques, which is what I like to specialise in.
Great, thank you very much. Nice and brief, guys. I like it. So how did you go from receiving the challenge of using So Colour more creatively to bringing that to life? So tell us a little bit about the Colour Me Happy campaign, what it's all about, what challenge you had for Matrix. Ria, do you want to go first? We've started a trend here.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So we were all given a challenge by Matrix to come up with a brand new technique that would be accessible to anybody, and we can use that technique in 30 minutes. And it will be kind of varied on all different types of hair types. So we had to come up with different techniques. I was doing brunettes. Niall was doing blondes and John was doing vibrants. Shall we say coppers? And so we've got a really, really good broad kind of scale of what Matrix have to offer in the So Colour permanent range. And we were predominantly using So Colour permanent because it's a really great kind of shade chart to be using. So yeah, I think that was kind of like the ins and outs of it, really, the basics.
Yeah. And I was, and as well, like showing how intermixable the So Colour palette is, you know, and how you can bespokely create these stunning cocktails of colours to really suit the client as well. So we're talking about the consultation and how to create these colours. You know, I was working with coppers, so there's, you know, working with like how to enhance the copper and then cooling the copper down, and all of that's going to come out on these educational videos that are launching soon. So it was really exciting.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be able to use the So Colour pre-bonded palette to really show the power of the ultra blondes as well. So, you know, we as stylists automatically reach for pre-lightener, and I think you can probably agree with me, guys, and everybody watching, you know, if you're working in the salon, you're working on your clients, you automatically go for your pre-lighteners because you know, right, it's going to give me results. But blondes, you know, they're so varied that it's great to have the whole palette like we've got from So Colour to give us the options if people want softer blondes, beautiful coffee blondes, champagne blondes. We've got all those different options. So I was so glad that I was I was lucky enough to be able to express that with the challenge from Matrix.
I love those
Wow.
words like coffee blondes and champagne blondes. They're beautiful words, aren't they? They make you think about blonde hair
Oh,
so differently.
edible.
Yeah, like buttery blondes. That was one that I'd heard on the shoot, and I was like, I love the idea of a buttery blonde. Sounds so nice.
Very blonde.
Oh
It
yeah,
sounds like a gorgeous menu. Like you say, you kind of want to eat these shades. You're like, should I
yeah,
be wanting to eat hair color? I kind of do.
that's it.
I guess it's
Go on.
probably just trying to bring, it's like anybody, we're trying to bring the consultation to life straight away. So as soon as the client comes in and sits in our chair or in front of us, we're inspiring them. We're basically letting them know exactly why bespoke hair color in the salon is for them, and showing that the intermixability of the brand is so good as well. So, you know, not reaching for that one tube or not reaching for that one pre-liner. And that was obviously like the biggest thing for me from the challenge. It really got me thinking again, creating formulas and putting that out there.
So speaking of formulations, what are your favorite So Color formulations?
Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll jump in. For me, I was working on the task with coppers, so I was using a lot of the copper palette, using the SRs to really kind of give the copper that metallic glow and shine. But it was really interesting. One of my favorites is actually adding some mocha into my copper, because from the mocha you're getting that kind of undertone of violet, you're getting a little subtle hint of gold, and you're getting lots of different reflective tones coming through when the light's shining on the client's hair. So that was one of my favorites working on the shoot, and it's one that I like to use in the salon as well. So you kind of look at the copper palette and you might think there's only a few, but they're so intermixable and they're so playful that you can create double, triple, quadruple the amount of copper tones that you're actually seeing there in front of you. So one of my favorites is drop a little bit of mocha into your copper tones.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Elevating your everyday service to new levels with the Colour Me Happy campaign, right? If I got that right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else would like to share their favourite formulations?
Yeah, I'll go. So, sorry, Niall. Do you want to
No,
go?
no, no, you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, I've got a few, but just like John said, the mockers are amazing. Like, you can literally pop a mocker on any level and on anybody, and it will absolutely work out a dream for you. The mocker coppers are my newest favorite. So just like John said, actually, by mixing the coppers and the mockers together, you do get absolutely beautiful results as well. But another one of my favorites is on the lighter levels is a mocha and a violet, so like a 10 mocha and a 10 violet together, but then dropping a little bit of a 6 RV in there as well, and that just gives it that little bit of a blush sort of, and I'm a bit prone to pink, but it kind of gives it like almost like that rosy feel to the colour. And I do that a lot on my lower levels as well, just a little bit of like an RV in there, so a red violet, and it just gives that kind of blush or that rose tone to any blonde or brunette, and it gives a beautiful result, and it just softens everything. It almost like gives it like smokiness to it. Another one as well that I just wanted to mention, it was actually on one of my clients, and this is like how I tend to mix things in the salon quite a lot. One of my clients, she's got predominantly grey hair, and she has got very kind of porish and dry hair. So when we put a low light in, it tends to go quite flat if we keep it quite neutral, or an ash. And when we put like a neutral warm in, it goes way too warm. It fades up quite honey and it doesn't suit her skin tone. So what I actually do is I mix an ash violet and a neutral warm together. So they're kind of like opposite ends of the scale, but it actually sits really well and it balances the whole colour out. It lasts for her really well, and it also suits the skin tone. So that's just like a really like nice little trick for people who are unsure. You know, if you can't find that absolute perfect colour for a client, you just need to keep on tweaking it with other colours that you might not necessarily use on the shade chart. So.
I love all that, Ria.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. I think I find that myself as well with clients. Is I always find myself getting bored with what I'm suggesting to them. So I always find, right, okay, I start off the fresh consultation again each time and go, right, do we feel like we're too warm? Do we feel like we're too cool? What is it that you see that we could alter? And even if it's sometimes just, so the Mocha Mochas are my absolute favorite from the So Colour palette to use as low lights in my blondes. So when I'm breaking up any blonde, I absolutely love the Mocha Mochas. 10 Mocha Mocha, 8 Mocha Mocha are my absolute favorite. But I always find that now sometimes they can be a little bit on the cool side, because not everybody wants to be a cool blonde. Like sometimes we feel like we believe everybody wants to be cool. I'm seeing a shift now towards more buttery gold, sort of like coffee latte type blondes. And I find that using the golds palette mixed with the Mocha Mocha palette has become my absolute favorite. So don't be scared about adding a gold into your blondes, because when we think of gold, we sometimes think, oh my goodness, yellow, but not the golds from So Colour. The golds from So Colour are expensive, beautiful, expensive blondes, which is just what I absolutely live for.
Yeah,
and that's what I've been doing. I've been adding a little bit of gold into the coppers as well, just to warm those coppers up ever so slightly. And exactly the same as you, Niall, it creates a bespoke cocktail formula for your client that your client can't necessarily go and replicate from something off of a shelf, you know. And you've bespokely created that for the skin tone, the eye color, and complementing that client.
Yeah, also with the golds as well. I don't know about you guys, but I've started to start using a lot of the warms again. So the W's on, just like adding them in, or even on their own. They are absolutely beautiful, and I think they are. I feel like they get forgotten about a little bit because of, we've always for the last couple of years wanted to be cool, and everything, just keeping it quite cool and maintained and get away from the warmth. And now we're introducing it back. I think that's going to be a really great shade to start using again for everybody.
Oh yes, I feel like definitely from the Colour Me Happy campaign, to take, for everyone obviously looking to enter the competition, to take away is be as creative as possible, intermix as many shades as possible. Even if it takes a couple of trials for you to get the exact picture that you want to post, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, like we said. It's one of the biggest bits of advice is literally intermix and try and try and try.
I love the way that you guys talk about colour. It's super engaging, and like we were talking about the edible nature of it almost, and like how excited you get about throwing in some like more unusual stuff. So I can only imagine the way that you translate current trends for your day-to-day clients and kind of consultations that you give them are like super inspiring, and they feel like they're getting a truly bespoke service. Do you think you could share any examples of ways that you've taken current trends and put them onto your day-to-day clients? Can you give us any examples of like cool colour transformations that you've done recently? Who's my first?
Do you want anyone? No. Well, I mean, do you want me to go? I have this thing with, a dialogue really with a lot of my clients, and we kind of, I don't like to stay stale with them. A bit like what Niall said before, I like to try and push them a little bit out of the comfort zone, because I know everyone has their comfortable box that they want to sit in. And so we have this kind of like, a bit of a laugh really. It's just something a bit light-hearted, and we kind of say to each other, right, okay, are we going to go for your spring summer collection colours, or are we going to go for your autumn winter colour collection? And that also kind of lets me know that they understand that we're going to slightly change the colour to suit what the makeup they're wearing, if they've got a tan in summertime, if they want to go a bit warmer and darker in winter, if they change the clothes, and that kind of, for me, is a really good starting point, and just a really great gateway to open up that conversation with the clients to talk about using different colours, so they know that it's not going to be a scary kind of step. You can literally just tweak something, or also push them into doing something completely different for a couple of months, and it keeps you entertained.
Oh.
And it also keeps them entertained. So it's just that's a really nice way for me to talk to my clients about the use of trends and kind of following what's on trend at the time.
I feel like the same with you is you need to almost have something in your back pocket all the time to be able to suggest to your client, even if I find that even if they don't necessarily want to change, I go, right, okay, this is a transformation I did the other day, and show them, like, how do you feel about these colors? How these tones will suit beautiful for your skin tone and hair. However, we can alter that to make it suitable for your skin, your hair, and your texture. So I find that that's what I'm trying to do a lot now, is expand and show them what's possible, what they can do with their texture and what they can do with their hair type, which obviously I'm finding is really great at the moment. So transferring the trend to suit them, which is obviously exactly what we've done in our challenge as well, which has been fantastic.
Yeah, second, like everything you guys have said, just starting to play with formulas ever so slightly and encourage them to have that little bit of a change. And to be like, if they don't like it, like, let them know that we can easily remove it the next time. We can soften it. We can change it. We're confident with our color. We believe in the color that we're using, and yeah, it's easily changed. But like you, Ria, it's nice to use kind of buzzwords that gets them thinking about the trends that are happening. And like you said, tans as well. Like, how many times did it come back with a tan from a holiday? So let's work with a colour that will complement that tan. It'll complement the clothes that you're suddenly buying from the stores, and how you're changing through the season. Let's change your hair through the season. So yeah, loads of great tips, guys.
Yeah.
And would you be able to give any insights into what techniques you're using? You don't have to go too detailed if you don't want to. Just do a little teaser. But I understand basically they're all super accessible, that all stylists can do in a certain amount of time. So Ria, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, so my technique really, I wanted to show you something that I would use daily in the salon myself, and I have done for a long time. I just slightly adapted it for the purpose of this challenge, and I just wanted to kind of keep it very accessible for everybody to use, so you don't need like loads of tools and things. It's literally just your colour and your hands. That's all you need. And it was really just to add some multi-tonal in there, but nice and quick and easy, because I was working on more brunettes. We're working obviously on darker levels, but I also wanted to keep the pops of colour as well. So it's just showing you how to introduce lots of colour within 30 minutes and not having to do too much work. It's predominantly a freehand technique as well. So again, you don't need to be using foil or anything like that. It's just a very quick and easy step-by-step technique, and it's great for all hair types. So we worked on all different types of hair type, and it was really great to see the results next to each other with just using one technique, just slightly adapting it each time.
Fabulous.
Yeah, there's no other education going to be like this at the minute, where you will select the texture that you want to watch. So we've worked in 3 different models, 3 different hair textures. So when that education becomes available, you can choose the texture. So whether that's fine, curly, coily, or kind of average hair, you will choose the texture, and that technique's been adapted for each of those textures. So I was really lucky enough to work with the copper palette and the reds, and I was working in shapes. So this again, it's exactly like Ria said. I do this in the salon. We do it most days, and we work in shapes. So whether that's like a triangular section at the front to pop in a face frame or a fringe cut, we're always working in some kind of shape. So it was really good to create something that is super commercial, salon workspace friendly, that you can take away and recreate in 30 minutes using the Soul Color palette, and then being able to adapt it depending on the hair texture you're working with. It was a great challenge, and some great color results, and I can't wait for you to be able to access it and to see it as well. I'm
excited to see it as well.
We
haven't seen each other's work yet. No, we haven't seen each other's work. It's all top secret. So.
Some little sneak previews, but yeah, that's it. So for me, the biggest thing for me was to take from this challenge, and obviously create through the education we've managed to all do across the 3 textures, was for those obviously like are watching at home, when you have a client that comes in and you either maybe already running behind, or you've only got a small like allocated amount of time for that client that's sat in front of you. So for me, the biggest thing was, what technique can I show you that doesn't take a lot of time and actually is proving that less really is more? So if you strategically place packets in the right areas to give an impact, so the client feels like they've had a transformation, but it's actually only in a really short, commercially viable time. And for me, that was like amazing. So I was so happy to be able to incorporate that in the education. And then obviously going back to what John said, it's so good that it made me think of, okay, how do I take knowledge from two different types of textures, combine that together to suit my individual client at the time? And obviously, like without going giving you too much, one of my models was just, it was exactly that, a combination of knowledge that I had to put together to suit that client. And it challenged me, and it was fantastic. So I can't wait for people to see that.
Yeah, like it really got you thinking, like how many times does a client come into the salon and you've got a 30-minute window and they're like, I want a change. So like you said, Niall, it's strategically placed in that colour where that they can see that, where they can see it. So really impactful places, and working with shapes, whether that be triangles or crescents throughout the head, you can really make those impactful, you can create that impactful look just within 30 minutes and you'll see that. So yeah, it's exciting.
I think now might be a good time to talk a little bit about the Colour Me Happy competition, because we've kind of teased at it and everyone's just heard the challenge that you guys have gone through. So I know John is our expert competition talker. Do you want to I can jump in and help if needed, but do you want to chat us through what the Colour Me Happy competition is? And it's in partnership with us at Hairdressers Journal, so we're so delighted to be doing this with you guys. But yeah, take it away.
It's a fantastic competition. There is a £250 colour bundle, as well as a chance to be featured in the Hairdressers Journal. Like, what is there not to love? Like, give it a go. So we're asking you to create a technique in 30 minutes and photograph and video before, during and after pictures. And within that technique, you must use SoColor. So we want to see a technique. We're not asking you to go into a photo shoot studio and hire professional models. Like, we're asking you to be real. So whether you're in the salon or you're working as mobile, or whatever your workspace is, we want everyone to be involved. It is open to every type of stylist, whatever your background is, and upload. So take these images, take these pictures, videos, and upload them onto your socials, and hashtag Grow with Matrix, hashtag Matrix Hair Care, and hashtag the Hairdressers Journal. And I think that was, yeah. Do anyone else want to jump in and say anything about it?
And it's not about big budgets. It's not about expensive sheets. It's on your clients, your real clients. You take phone snaps. It doesn't have to be at all super expensive. It's accessible. That's
it. Like, use your mobile phone, use any of your apps to upload it, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, and just get really creative with it. Share some techniques that you like to do in the salon, and just photograph everything. But think of your photographs, think of the background, keep a clear background, minimal, focus on the hair, your before, during and after, and share it with us. We love to connect at Matrix, and we love to see your work, and we love to get to know you. So definitely upload and hashtag Grow with Matrix.
Don't forget your shade formulas as well, because that's really important. So make sure you pop that in the comments.
So yeah, make sure.
A quick bit of advice that I would give to people is, because the competition is so easily and accessible for everybody, have more than one trial with clients. So cocktail the products, shoot some pictures, and go, you know what, I'm going to try out another client tomorrow as well. And then get your team involved. All of you then choose which one do you want to submit. Get it really fun. Get your clients involved if you want to. So there's more, you because it's so easy and accessible, you've got more than one option. You've got more than one chance. Trial it. Which do you love the most? Then submit it. And then if you've got any advice, reach out to us as well. We're on our socials. We're happy to help. We'd love it, actually.
Yeah, you would.
Absolutely. You can use any colours from the SoColor palette, whether it be your blondes or your coppers, your mochas, whatever you're doing that day. Picture it, share it, and definitely tag us.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody. I can't wait to actually see everybody's work, and I know I'm getting all my girls involved in the salon. I've made them do it. So but good luck. I am looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, same. I've got the team in here. They were talking about it yesterday and talking about when they're going to start recording and taking pictures. So everyone's quite excited about it.
Yeah, so nice as a team as well to get involved and then just hear about, obviously you don't want to give too much away to your fellow team members, you know, because it is a competition. But it's just so nice as a team to sort of have a little thing like, oh my god, you're going to mix that together, that's a fantastic idea. You know, don't be discouraging. If anything, be extra encouraging and bring everybody else involved. If you've got a hairdressing friend, a salon down the road, get them involved as well.
And so do you guys want to do any little chats about what courses you offer for Matrix, how people can get in touch with you on social? We'll do a little cheeky plug at the end. Go on. Ria, you go first.
Okay. I'm so British, I don't like doing this, but
I'm making you do it.
yeah, so my Instagram handle is Ria, so it's RIAK_hair. It's nice and complicated for everybody. I do use Facebook, but I don't really use it for my hairdressing purposes. But if you want to find me on there, it's Ria Alderson Kulik, which is my married name, which I need to change back because people don't know that. And then one of my courses actually is on L'Oreal Access, and it's the Blonde Unlocked Masterclass, and it'll be a step-by-step guide and video for you to follow to see how I do my perfect kind of all over blonde. Basically, it's one of my favorite blondes, keeping it really cool, and I talk about kind of like pre-tone and post-tone as well, so it's all about that. So it's really, really nice little blonde one to watch if you want to see that. Yeah, thanks.
I'll jump on to me next. So I've just forgot the question. All right, okay. my name's obviously Niall McNulty, and I'm over on Instagram, Niall_McNulty. Feel free to reach out. I'd love to answer any of your questions about the competition and help you in any possible way I can. You'll also see a few little teasers and sneak peeks from the classes I've taught before over on L'Oreal Access for Matrix as well. So my class is the balayage by numbers, and it features my signature 21 foil balayage technique. So again, like going back to what I said before, I like quick, simple, impactful techniques that are transferable to commercially viable time in the salon. So that's what I'll be teaching. My next class is on Monday, the 24th of August. So only in a few weeks' time, and it's at 6 p.m. So it's nice and easy and accessible in the evening now rather than the middle of the day. So I would love to see you there.
John, feel free to plug away.
Thank you. So my Instagram's johnanthony.education. I like to share all sorts of bits on there, creative colour and some of the Matrix education calendars as well. So definitely the same as Niall. Reach out. I'm always on there sharing a story or available to answer any questions on a product or like the competition. So if you've got any questions on that, definitely feel to reach out. And I specialise, so on L'Oreal Access, I've got a class there that you can purchase at any time, and that is a reverse toning technique. So it's a toning technique using 3 colours from SoColor Sync, and it creates like a seamless blend. So that's available to pick up anytime on L'Oreal Access. And then I specialise in like the grey and the silver toning. So in the salon here, I do a lot of the grey silver transformations when we see those clients with the grey natural regrowth and they want to remove that artificial colour and embrace the grey silver. So that's what I specialise in, and that's what I teach on my classes with Matrix, and how to get the best from the grey and silver tones with your pre-toning and your post-toning and longevity as well. So that, yeah, I've got a class coming back on the middle of September, early September time. I just done one the other night. It was a great class, loads of great feedback, loads shared. And it's welcome to everybody that wants to jump on, that wants to explore greys and silvers and know how to get the best from the silvers and greys from Matrix.
I must say, these classes that these guys are doing I've seen the results of them and they are absolutely fantastic. They honestly, the grey that John's talking about is amazing, and obviously Niall coming up with that 21 foil challenge for balayage is absolutely great as well. Which did you do that in lockdown? I think you did.
Yeah.
Both amazing. So you do not miss what they've got to show you because they are amazing.
It's 90 minutes of live education. So you would log in, you would log into L'Oreal Access, you would sit down at 6 o'clock in the comfort of your home, and we're just delivering absolutely loads of education. You'll take an abundance of of knowledge and product information and techniques away with you. And in fact, Niall, I've seen some of yours, like some of the people that have attended yours actually tagging you on the socials as well with their results.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's like we just said before. We love you to reach out. Yeah, we spend all the time. We love our craft, like like you guys do too, and we spend all this time creating this content and this education for you. So of course we want to hear of how it's gone for you, and that it's just such a nice feeling. It's like when you have a client that's super happy about the hair. So hearing a delegate come to us, or a fellow hairdresser that's been on one of our classes, and tell us how amazing that techniques work for them, it's literally the same feeling. It's fantastic. So yes, definitely come and join us and reach out to any of us at all.
Thank you guys. You are all, like, the general mood is just that you're so super generous with your time and saying to people, like, if they're entering the competition, oh, just like hit me up on social if you want any advice. And the way that you've talked about colour is just like super happy, which I guess kind of sums up the whole campaign.
We'll be happy.
Absolutely, call me happy.
Colorists.
Yeah.
So just a reminder for people to join in the Colour Me Happy competition. It's in association with Hairdressers Journal and Matrix, and if you hashtag Grow with Matrix, you tag Hairdressers Journal and you tag Matrix Haircare, and you include your So Colour formulations in your comments, then you will be entered into the competition, and I am so excited to see the results. I know you are too. Thank you so much for your time this evening. So much appreciated, and all your amazing enthusiasm and your advice, and it's been just wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.